Peace and blessings, family. Started our secrecy with level 7 and 7 principles. Today I want to deal with economics. But just one part of economics, and not the part that we normally deal with. I want to deal with economics in relations to nature and the exchange that we should be indulging in with nature. And if you get the ebook, at the bottom of the link, you'll see a link for the ebook, and you'll see another deal with monetary gain, so to speak, definition that I have for economics in my ebook. But then the full economics books is coming out, where it'll have the entire definition as I see it, defining this term. But today we're going to deal with economics again in relation to nature and the exchange in nature and the importance of nature. So I'm definitely talking to the womb man right now. So we're not just coming out of the fifth principle of level 7's economics. Today we're also going to come out of the first principle, which is womb science. And most of my talks I do with the womb man is because she's the manifestation of source here on the planet. And there's a lot of responsibility on us that we need to start being responsible for. We're not taking on our responsibilities. So, and then because she is the womb man, and she is the guardian of the source's children, so she teaches the children, hence she has to, my job is to basically deal with her and get her back in order. So what I've done is I've written down the actual definition, and I don't normally do this like so structured. I kind of just free flow what I have to say, but I thought it was imperative to do this structure today. So just go with me for a few. Okay, one, in economics, the fifth principle of level 7, the color is green, and we've chosen the color green for economics because of growth, hope, free passage, nature, harmony, healing, freshness, and fortune. And this is what the color green represents. Let me give you the etymology of the word economics. It's a term used for household management to the natural realm. The definition, the part that applies to this talk, recent review of economics. Definitions include a range of these in principal textbooks, such as descriptions of the subject as the study of the science of choice, human behavior, and 3, human beings as to how they coordinate wants and desires, given the decision-making mechanisms, social customs, and political realities of society. Okay, the prefix eco, mostly relating to ecological, of environmental terms, and currency. I also want to define the word wealth. Core meaning as held in the original Old English word wheel, which is from an Indo-European word stem. In this larger understanding of wealth, an individual, community, religion, or country that possesses an abundance of such possessions or resources to the benefit of the common good is known as wealthy. Coordination, let's define that word. The organization of the different elements of a complex body or activity as to enable them to work together effectively. And I have 2 more for you. Environment, because I thought these were important. The surroundings of a physical system that may interact with the system by exchanging mass, energy, or often properties. Currency, from Middle English current meaning in circulation. A much more general use of the word currency is anything that is used in any circumstances as a medium of exchange. So you need to re-listen to those and digest them to understand where I'm going with this. Again, we're dealing with economics in relation to the metaphysical side of it, in relation to nature. because we have forgotten about the exchange that we need to partake in nature. So I'm going to deal first with nature, this exchange. What nature give us physically, what nature give us metaphysically. What we give nature, or should give nature physically, and what we give and or should give nature metaphysically. Because we've obviously forgotten this science and this practice. Okay, let's start with the physical part of what we get from nature. And the way I did it was, I just put it in the 4 elements, to break down the 4 elements and what the exchanges are. So starting physically, what the earth give us, and let's start with fire. Fire gives us heat, light, energy, cooked food, or we're able to cook food via that. The alloying of elements and or metals to transform things and create with. Food production. And sight, as in meaning to see, like in time to preparate for the darkness, because actually we should be worshiping, especially the womb man, at night. You know what I mean? Like, even when you were Christians, the Bible said God was visible at night. That's when our worshiping should be happening, when the universe, when the universal womb, the source called mind called source, is available to us to see. That's when we should be going to God, opposed to going to the club and doing the things that we're doing at night. So the light gives us time to prepare for the night. It's not the other way around. Most people prepare at night for what we do in the day, and you'll see that in my video, all things grow in the dark. We prepare at night for what we do in the day, but when we should be preparing in the daytime for what we're doing at night. So and I'm sure you could think of more things, or how we benefit. This is just some. That how we benefit from nature. Fire. Okay, let's deal with water. How do we benefit physically from water? Okay? It gives us life. Water gives us life. Without water, we'd all die. 1. It gives us maintenance, or the cleansings of our bodies and surroundings. Helps in the creation of our building materials. We wouldn't be able to build half the things we build around us without water being added to this. Of course, it quenches thirst. It helps us in our cooking, in the growth of our food, relief from heat, you know, via swimming, and you know, just cool rain, things like that. It provides nourishment, prevents dehydration. Yeah, because you are mostly water, so via drinking water, it keeps you hydrated. Water helps in digestion, absorption, circulation, the creation of saliva. It helps in the transportation of nutrients. A lot of people don't know these things. The maintenance of your body temperature. Water helps to control calories. It energizes you, maintain the skin, etc. So we see the benefits of water physically. How so that's fire and water, how it's benefiting us physically, and how without these things we couldn't even survive or do the very basic things that we do, without what nature gives us. Feel me? Okay, air. It helps us to breathe. Food cultivation and development. Temperature regulation. Dispersion of chemicals. The dispersion of chemicals for clean breathing air. Air improves the health, cleans the respiratory system via the nose and the mouth. It brings oxygen to the cells, increases our energy, brings greater clarity to the brain. We can actually think better with clean air, clear air. It increases the aerobic benefits. It increases stamina, releases lactic acids, build up in the muscles. Air is for our overall health of mind. It cleanses the lungs and a calmer constitution when we actively use it. And let's go to earth. Earth, of course, is how we grow our food. It's it aids in the production of our homes and our building materials, for everything that we create in this world comes from the earth. Our clothes, cars, computers, just the earth is just everything. It's just, without the earth, we couldn't even use the fire and the water to build the materials. All the materials is actually coming from the earth. Whatever metals that we're alloying or chemicals that we're mixing, all of that is coming actually from, some call it Tiamat, Gia, earth. Okay, so let's deal with metaphysically. What does what does nature do for us? Let's start with fire. And a lot of people ask, what are the benefits of sitting at the fire and meditating at the fire and doing my videos at the fire like I do often? Fire burns away your problems, literally. When you sit at the fire pit and before fire, and you give your negativity to the fire, you feel me? And do your meditation in front of the fire. Get rid of things at the fire, because fire burns, so we get rid of things. And not only, like I say, not only does it burn away your problems, it burns away your hindrances. It's things that hinder you. Give it to the fire. It clears the way for renewal of mind, body, ether. It recharges the spiritual self, and it cleans or clears the mental faculties. It burns things out. If anybody, I don't know, if anybody goes to the fire and go to fire pits, whenever you walk away, you feel like you left a lot there. You feel me? A lot didn't come back with you when you left the fire. Okay, so with water, metaphysically, it cleanses and fuses with your ether, because air is dense water. So metaphysically, it cleanses and fuses with your ether. It releases negative energy, emotions, communicates to your cells, mind, spirit, the electrical you. Water brings calm. It brings fluid thoughts and emotions and actions. Connects to you, the entire self, the earth and the universe. It connects you to everything. Air. Okay, that was water. And then you have air. Air connects us to everything. Mentally, brings intellectual clarity, aids in communication, directs your mental and physical travel. Air rejuvenates the spirit, mind, ether, soul. It expands consciousness, communication. I don't know if I said that already. Because thought travel on air. Air is gas. Gas is ether, nitrogen, and oxygen. Just like what the trees give off. The trees give off oxygen, right? And like how we communicate via the trees. I mean, most people don't even notice that the trees itself are like walkie-talkies. The trees itself are like walkie-talkies. The ether is air. Ether is gas. Ether is frequency. It's the frequency for travel. I mean, for communication. That's why those who are connected to trees get messages from trees, because the tree itself is the walkie-talkie, and what the tree gives off is the frequency. The communication is the channel. Like each tree, I'm learning now, each tree gives off a different frequency to connect, to communicate via the walkie-talkie with a different source. You feel me? So it's like air is. This is how you use your telepathy. How you, okay? It's a experiment was done with these scientists on an island had these monkeys, and you know the monkeys would take their finger into the log and get the ants, but the scientists taught them to go in with a stick and get the ants. They learned that monkeys all over the planet started doing this without actually seeing these monkeys. How did they do that? They did it via telepathy. They did it via air. They did it via ether. That's the channel. I mean, that's the frequency, the vibration and frequency. Like I said, the tree is a walkie-talkie. So beings are speaking to you, and you can speak to beings from the trees. You heard the tree spirits? And I don't like the word spirit, because spirit is electrical. It's the electrical you. So it's the tree ethers. Like, I've actually seen the life force energy come out of a tree. Well, actually a whole bunch of trees at one time. It happened to me. And I've seen this. You feel me? So I know it's real. So I'm only telling it because I know it's real, and I've seen it myself. So, but that's what telepathy is. Telepathy is how we communicate through airwaves, air frequencies. What that means? Air vibrations. So again, air fuels your life force, your spirit. It fuels your fire. You feel me? And then earth. Again, with earth does so much for us, as all the elements does. But earth is how you get your divination tools, like as in your stone crystals, the trees, like I just said, you can communicate via the trees, and use the trees to get information, information to inform yourself with. The trees gives off oxygen or ether. So again, that's that communication. That's that walkie-talkie thing. You feel me? That's the frequency. So that's how it's benefiting us metaphysically. And you know, you can connect with source, your guardians, ancestors, through the trees. Like, so sisters get back. That's why you even see in the movies, you would see a witch, or those sacred womb men, the oracles, the sages. They always lived in some kind of tree. The wand itself was made of trees, how they work their magic. Because the trees are here to give us oxygen physically, which is also ether, which is also for us metaphysically to communicate. And sisters have this naturally. It's not something you have to look for. It's just something that you have to go back to. So, okay, grounding. The earth to give us grounding metaphysically. I don't know if a lot of you are familiar with grounding, but it's if you know Nature Boy hooked me to this documentary. I actually been grounding for a long time. Naturally, it's just what I do. Whenever I'm at the fire, my shoes are off, but I didn't know what it was called until I actually saw this documentary that Nature Boy recommended, and it's called The Grounding. It's on YouTube. It's like an hour or something long, but it's worth a look-see. And they've actually done some actual experiments on what grounding does. How, like when you ever take your shoes off, you're outside, and after a while you come to that calm and that peace, because ground is negative energy female. It's female energy. It's female energy, and we have a whole lot of positive energy, which is called bad energy, that's running around in us. We have to bring it to a calm. Even your thoughts, all of that is masculine. It's masculine energy. Like, prayer is masculine, meditation is feminine energy. A clear mind is feminine energy, and an active mind is masculine energy. They are analytical and logical, but not. I don't mean man. I mean you are masculine and feminine. I'm talking to the woman. You are masculine and feminine. So, because we're in a patriarchal society, we have a lot of masculine energy going on just in thoughts. How often do you clear your thoughts? And you have to clear your thoughts and come back down. But earth helps you with that, and it removes by grounding yourself. It brings you down to, at least for an hour, put your feet on the ground for at least an hour, and it brings you down to negative energy and zero positive energy. You have to get rid of the positive energy in yourself. There's all kind of pads that you can sleep on, and shoes you can wear to be grounded during the day. Look that up. It's the grounding pads on YouTube and stuff like that. I mean, not YouTube. Sorry, Amazon. You can get your grounding pad and your grounding rods, different stuff you could do. So just look it up. But it's important to ground yourself, and it helps you to get back with nature, and it helps you to become a part of the connection, the exchange again, the economics. You feel me? You have to become a part of the ecosystem and make the exchange. Okay, let me keep going though. Another way the earth helps us by food. When we eat the proper food given to us from the earth, it charges us electrically, or they call it alkaline food, which just means electrical food, which we're charged electrically, and we have the proper stuff, the food intake in us, and then it helps charge us electrically. Then we can go through DNA explosions. So the DNA explosion, when you go through DNA explosion, it's just remembrance. The DNA is information that's already lying dormant in you. It's in you already. Like a lot of the stuff that you're going out to learn is in you. Ground yourself, which centers you. Remove some of the masculine energy. Bring you more into a calm and a feminine energy. And it will help the other things that you're doing, like eating properly, the electricity. It helps it to do what it's supposed to be doing. So go sit at the fire and ground yourself, because the elements, nature is here for you to aid you in that. But they so removed us from nature and given us so much technology. You feel me? So, okay, that's the end of how we benefit from nature, physically and metaphysically. So as you can see, that nature does so much for us. Nature does so much for us, just our everyday lives. Nature could bring us back into the beings that we're supposed to be if we go to nature. But that's what nature does for us. Now, it's about the exchange, I said. We have to make the exchange. So what is it that we do for nature? Do or should be doing for nature? Okay, one, we should be participating in the maintenance of nature. We should not be destroying nature, like even with our trash, like even the making of trash, we shouldn't be doing. We should be making plastic bags and stuff that gets caught up in the oceans and killing stuff. And some things we can't control, but let's do what we can control. We can't control cleaning up the waters. We can't control cleaning up the areas that we in, to keep nature clean, to keep nature maintained, so nature could continue its job. Because a lot of these plastics and metals and stuff that's being discarded or just all around your neighborhood is blocking certain frequencies that you should be on and indulging in. We shouldn't let anything in nature go extinct. Like, we can replant things because it's here for us. Like, and let's say where they're tearing down the trees that we have no control of, though. We don't have control of. They're destroying the rainforest. But what we can control is going to the store, getting some seeds and planting seeds. Randomly plant seeds in places. Go to the park and plant a tree. You'll see it in a couple years. Or if you never see it again, go plant it. It'll grow. Plant in your yard. Plant in your neighborhood. Plant wherever you go somewhere. Drop a seed. Cultivate the seed. Put it in water and let it sprout. And go plant a seed. Give back to where we're taken away from it. As humans, collectively, we can make up our minds to give back to it, and not just where you benefit. Another thing, like, if you own your home, no matter where you are, if you own your home, then plant an apple tree, an orange tree, pomegranate tree, whatever. Plant a food tree. That way, if it doesn't happen in your generation, your next generation can pluck food off the off of nature and eat it. You feel me? We, like, some of the things we go to the store for, we don't have to. If you own your home, plant a garden. That helps the ecosystem. That helps even the insects that we need. It helps them to eat. You feel me? And a lot. You'd be surprised how you need an insect on this planet. So plant, along with maintenance. Plant something. Give something back to her. Women, give your menstrual blood, or at least the first of it. Give it back to the earth. It's nourishment for the earth. You feel me? In the ancient tribes, we actually had menstrual chairs, and some Native Americans still do have menstrual chairs where it has holes in them, and the women that sit around in a big circle that's on and sit down and put their dress down over the whole chair and give the blood back to the earth. You feel me? But it's up to you how you want to collect the blood to give it back to the earth. But do that. There's so much nitrogen in that. There's so much in menstrual blood that the earth can use. Look into those things. And definitely cultivate. You feel me? Cultivate and develop her, the earth. Whenever you can, throw offerings to the ocean when you go down to the ocean. Again, when you see trash at the oceans, clean that mess up. If you know of a industrial plant in your area that's spilling chemicals, protest that. Protest that. Start making a difference. Because none of us can live without being on this earth, but the beings that's controlling the earth is trying to make it an unnatural place and make all of us unnatural. But we have to take nature back. You feel me? So that's the way that we can partake in the exchange for all the earth is doing for us. These are some of the things that you can do for earth, and I'm sure there's things you can think about that you can do for the earth. You can help save the dolphins. You can whatever. You feel me? That, like, we got animals that's going extinct and not naturally. Now, if that's the evolutionary process for that thing, let it be. That's what's happening in nature. But if it's not, and it's something that man is doing, then let's do something about it to stop it. Because they're messing up the planet for all of us. And there's a reason that the dolphins are here. There's a reason that this is here. And this insect and this, you know what I mean? This animal. So if man has his hand in destroying something, then let's take a stance, sisters, in putting our hands in putting it back, cleaning it up, maintaining it, cultivating it. Okay? So that's what we have to do to give back to nature, to be a part of the process. Which the more you work in nature, the more natural you become. That's why we all have unnatural thoughts. You feel me? Then I'll say it again, and they'll say, like, me being a lesbian is an unnatural thought. No, me coming out of Adam's rib is an unnatural thought. Me being a lesbian is not an unnatural thought, because I was on the planet before a male being was here with other sisters, and we indulge in eugeration. We indulge in the exchange in energy. That's what we did. But we're thinking unnatural. It's a flip to that. We're actually thinking, well, some of the things that we're doing now is unnatural. The way that I said before, a few videos, but the way that we have sex now is unnatural, not what we did in the beginning. And even the heterosexual, some of the heterosexual lovemaking that we're into now is done wrong. Not unnatural, but it's done wrong. So, anyway, get back to nature. The more you into nature, the more natural you become. The more nature will speak to you. The more the trees will become the walkie-talkie for you. And you can hear the messages that you're supposed to be receiving from different. You have to read a book for nature to tell you where semi-precious metal is, the stones is. I'm so in tune to nature that I'll be led to go, let's say, to a Bisbee, Arizona. I love it up there. It's beautiful. And I'm like, I don't know what, but I got to go to Bisbee this weekend. It's calling me. So I'll go to Bisbee and have the strangest experience. Well, the coolest experience. I'm going down the hill, and the lady stops me. Well, I stopped her because she was down in the ditch, her and this guy, and I'm like, what are y'all doing down in there? She said, I'm going to show you a secret. Don't tell anybody. I said, okay. And she showed me where this whole area, the growth of semi-precious stones, and my two favorite stones, which is amethyst and clear quartz. So I can just go get amethyst and clear quartz when I want to. And it's copper mines around, so it's a lot of copper on the ground, and that calls me. You feel me? Like, I'm so in tune with nature. Nature called me sometimes through people. Connect with nature, and you'll be wealthy. You feel me? Like, and this is new in the exchange. I never thought I always ask nature for money. I always go to source and ask for money. I get it. I get money. I have no worries. But I never realized to connect with the real wealth, like stones, precious and semi-precious gems. You feel me? And that's happening in my life now. So the point is, connect with nature, y'all. So, anyway, those are physical ways. Okay? So let's go to how can we aid nature metaphysically? How do we help? Okay. Everything that we do and are consciously affects nature. It's our consciousness. Nature responds to us. So when we give off the consciousness of love, you bring an atmosphere of love to the planet. You feel me? Just like the things that I was just saying that you could do in the physical world, in loving the earth, and replanting and showing that you care for her, or just being a part of her and have your consciousness filled with love, you will affect the very planet itself. Will begin to show. If you notice, like certain places you'll go, like down in Florida, a certain area I go down in Kissimmee, it's like it looks crazy, like the trees and everything, they're growing, but they look like monsters. They look dead. It's no love. Nature is not being loved in that area, and I can feel it when I go. You know, you can go to some places and it's just beautiful, and they're maintaining it, and then you go to some places like the hood, our areas, and it's not. You feel me? Like even the desert. I live in the desert, and a lot of people like to come to the desert. They say it's so brown. Go-Go, my friend of mine named Go-Go, she'll say it's so brown there. And I'll say to her, no, that's because they don't love it. Because if you water the desert, it turns green. Everything becomes green. The brown is because it's so hot that it dries everything up. You feel me? It start off green during monsoon. We have a whole month or 2 months sometimes that it just rains every day. And everything is green. And then when the monsoon is gone, it all dries up after a while. And it goes away. Right now it's spring. Everything's green. But in another month, it's all going to be brown. Unless you water it. Like my area, whatever I want. And I like that. That's how I control it. Because I don't want to have to be mowing lawns and stuff. So where I want water, I water. Like if I can show you the tree. I have 2 trees in my yard. Let me show you in a minute. I got these 2 trees in my yard. And people, 3. 1 in the front yard, 2 in the back. And people say, what in the hell you do to those trees? I've never seen a mesquite tree that big. I love it. I talk to it. And it talks to me. And I water it when it's dry. You feel me? When it's hot outside, I need water, so I'm like, she needs some water. And so I water it. So this mesquite tree is huge. And they don't understand, like, how I made this tree so big. As a matter of fact, let me just show you the tree. Mesquite tree. I've never seen a mesquite tree down here that big. And even when I came through years ago, it was nothing even close. I hope it showed it. But those trees are 3 times bigger than any other tree in the neighborhood that side. My mesquite tree is more than even 3 times bigger. But that's the love consciousness. That's me sitting with the tree on a daily. When I go out on Sundays under that tree, and I talk to the tree, and I love the tree. Literally, I talk. I'm a tree hugger. And I speak to the tree, and I watch the response. And because of the love energy I have, when I tell you every species of birds come in that tree, and even in the pool that I have out there for the dogs, every species of birds. I've seen hawks. I've seen falcons. I think what looked like an eagle, but I'm not sure. I have owls. I can't even tell you the different kinds of finches and canaries. There's another one that comes, and sparrows. There's just so many, and doves, and everything comes to my tree. And all of them are comfortable with me. Not necessarily let me touch them, but they'll be right there in my face when I'm laid back. I could be laying in my chair like a hammock, and I lay there and they come. Even if I move, they don't move. If I go get my drink, they don't move. They just sit with me. Oh, road runners. And so the point is, we could give back to nature and heal nature. That's the exchange. Even with water, it's a book called The Hidden Messages of Water. Let me go get that. The Hidden Messages in Water by Masaru Emoto. See that? So, this is a really, really, really good read. And it talks about how water holds memory. they've done experiments like, if you get a glass of water in different ways. Say you got a glass of water and you spoke the word love to it all day long and then froze the crystals. Or get a glass of water, write love on a piece of paper and tape it on a glass of water. Don't say anything to it and freeze it. Those crystals come out to be some very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful crystals. But then they've used words like hate and cuss the water out and fuss the water out and then froze the water. And the same thing, froze the water. And this is what the crystals look like. They all came out deformed. All of these look contaminated, the way the crystal shapes are. These crystals, love is spoken to. And that's water. So that means that nature is responding to our consciousness. Nature is we have to give off the consciousness of love in order to heal the planet. That's the exchange. We have to give back to nature as nature gives to us, and that's economics. That's where your wealth and your riches come from. Because when you have this relationship with nature, she gives you all that you need. Money is not a part of nature. It's a destruction of nature. Money is destroying the trees. But nature will give you stones. You see? That's the exchange. That's the complete trust in source, in nature. So as you take, and I hope you guys take heed to what I'm saying, as you take from her, give back to her. And that way, we'll all benefit, not just humans, because we're destroying everything. Like this too. Okay, I know we have sun sign, moon sign, the house and this and all this kind of stuff. But this is something I observe because I'm an observer of nature. So, and I recommend that you just observe nature. You want answers, just watch what's happening. I'm an air sign. So, I work in communication. I do my best in communication. Right? So if you're an air sign, you can perfect things in air. I mean, yeah, if you're air sign, you can perfect things in communication. And even if you think you're not so great at it right now, once you indulge in it, you'll see that you will become great in communication. You'll be, even as in the metaphysical world, you'll be good at communicating with the trees. Because that's your ability. Now, if you fire, and all that we explain that fire does, master that. And if everybody, you got 3 signs fire, 3 signs air, 3 signs water, 3 signs earth. If everybody, not to say not to know as much as you can know, but if everybody perfect their fields, master their fields, it'll make us stronger, make us a stronger unit. Because we'll all work our individual magic that we came in. You feel me? It's what we came in. And as a matter of fact, we've made up, it's called Dask, in my language, Stanun. It's called Dask Zoski, which means a star chart. We started our own astrology from this day and time, how we observe, or how I observe, but y'all see that soon. So it's Dask Zoski, which means just star chart. So just observe nature. You feel me? Be one with nature. Be what you are. Just naturally be what you are, and you'll be more of a powerful being. And if all of us stay, so to speak, in our zones, you feel me? Like I said about me being air, fire, water, and earth. That's if we all master those. That's like the movie Avatar. That's what that was about. The little boy. You had the airbenders. You had this. That was about the zodiacs. That was because airbenders can master communication and the movement of tornado. But each tribe mastered. They were all Geminis, Libras, you know what I mean? And then the earth signs, they were all Virgo. That's what that represented. So the point, y'all, is make the exchange. True economics is it's the exchange in nature. And then if you look at the ebook, you'll see more about what I have about economics, the monetary gain, how we really should be indulging in economics. And like I say, when that book comes out, I'm gonna be doing that soon. Right now, I'm writing the wound science book, but you can get some excerpts or some excerpts out of the larger books from the ebook, the 28 pages. It's only 28 pages, but I think it's a really powerful little book. So it's free. Look into the information, inform yourself with it. I love you. This is Daughter of Secrecy with level 7 and 7 principles. If you resonate with me, if you feel what I'm saying, share the video. Share it with somebody else who may could use it. Share it on your page. If you're on Facebook, but just give it to somebody else. I love you, and I'm out.